Great college baseball game. Atmosphere was electric. Very good opponent in the other dugout. And then we had to fight to the end. Proud of our guys. We had some really good at-bats after we fell behind. And we had to keep adding on the whole day. So, had an opportunity to use a handful of guys to slow down their offense.
Go ahead and get started with Robbie here in the third row in the gray t-shirt. Again, address which student athlete you want to answer the question.
This is for Cole. Cole had some big moments last year in the postseason, and they relied on you today. You struck out 6 in 2 innings, had a big spot there in the 8th where you had 2 guys in scoring position, got 2 strikeouts. What was your mindset coming in? How did you feel like you performed?
I just knew I had to come in and make pitches. That game was back and forth the whole day. It's a really good offense on that side of the field. They showed it all day. They came out there and hit. They hit good pitches. They hit bad pitches. So my goal was just go out there and fill it up and force contact if I could. And if not, I needed to make real pitches in order to get those guys out.
We'll go ahead and go to Brett here in the green shirt, second row to the player's right.
Jordan, what goes through your mind when someone intentionally walks Jake Bankham with you on deck, and why do you think it continues to happen since it almost never works?
Jake's the SEC career hits leader. That's why they're going to walk him. And I kind of have an idea of that part of the game, what's going to happen, and just always be ready if he does get walked. And just going through my mind is see something soft up, put a good swing on it, and come up big for my team.
Go ahead, Tyler, here in the front row.
Continuing on the topic of what's going through your mind, what was going through your mind when you got the hit? I saw you, with the big fist bump there as you got on first. Just how good does that feel, especially the way the last month has gone?
It feels great. It's awesome to play in regional when everything is just elevated. The competition's elevated, the emotion's elevated, and to come through in a situation like that was just awesome.
Okay, we'll get the microphone over to Joel here, front row, on the left.
Jordan, again, what's the last month and a half been like for you? It's your struggles and things over the last few weeks, and then to come out in this spot today and deliver like you did. What's kind of been the journey like for you as you battled the struggles of the last month?
Just been up and down, and Coach Lemonis and Coach Rowe have kept their confidence in me, and it's just grinding through it, and just to come through in a spot like that today was awesome.
We'll get it to Steve here in the middle.
Rowdey, big game for you today. A couple questions. Number one, what was working for you today? And number two, what did you hit out and take us through that moment?
Just putting good swings on good pitches is what was working for me today. Seeing the ball deep, putting good swings, and that's what promoted 4 or 5 days. My last at bat, got ahead 2-0, was looking to do damage. I missed that, and 2-0 pitch, but gave me a good pitch. I was out in front a little bit, but I just put the barrel onto the ball and got up and got into the air.
We'll stay in the back with the gentleman in the gold shirt.
Rowdey, just about the way that Southern was able to hit the ball. You guys had a battle all game long. At one point, that's 6-6. What does it mean what was Southern doing well that made them so effective at the plate, and what did it mean to be like to have to go into that battle? I guess win a game where you had to keep getting runs.
Right. Just postseason baseball, really. You stay in there, you competed all game. Even when we were struggling in the beginning, we had a hitters meeting, and we told everybody to look, relax, we're a good hitting team. That's what we did. And, the final 4 or 5 innings, it was just good at bats after good at bats, and it showed.
We'll stay in the back with Tom in the red shirt.
Rowdey, Coach talked a little bit yesterday about obviously playoff runs. There's ups and downs. You had the home run ball that left your glove in the 7th. Then you go and hit a home run. How do you manage those kinds of emotions with that?
The ball I got on my glove on the home run, that was disappointing.
We practiced that.
We practiced it all the time. It was in my glove, and I just dropped it. But then having, coming back and being able to hit a home run to get the team, some cushion, it was awesome. Just a fun game today, and we really enjoyed it.
Go back to Steve.
Cole, the 8th inning, a little drama there, but you get a couple of big punch-outs late. Kind of take us through that sequence.
Yeah, I just missed. I walked the guy in 5 pitches. The next guy hits the ball in the gap. So that was just kind of a realization for me that I had to get back into it. I had to make some big pitches because at those times, the game can turn at any point. So just concentrating and throwing what I knew I was confident in and what I was thinking would get them out. And Coach Fox and I were on the same page that whole inning. So then it just worked out at the end there, and we ended up adding on with Rowdey's homer and just allowed me to settle in a little more.
Go back to Brett here in the second row on the right.
Jordan, the ball that Dustin threw to get that runner in the first inning, where does that rank on the rockets he's thrown this year, and how's he developed into a weapon?
It's got to be number one, especially in a situation like that. It's the first inning, and they have a little bit of momentum. I think the leadoff was first pitch swinging and hit the ball up the middle, and to strike him out and throw him out in the first sets the tone, and it's huge. And to go on what you were saying about him doing that all year, that's exactly what he's done all year. He's been a huge wall. He's been a protector. He's been a captain behind the plate. Really handled the staff well, and he's handled the running game just as good.
Rowdey, going back to the play in left field, you say you practice that. Can you tell me a little bit more about how it is that you practice that play? And the second part of the question is, today, the impact to the wall, is that what you feel caused you to lost the foul?
Yeah, that's definitely what, as soon as I hit the ball just, my momentum stopped, the ball just kept going and shot out. We practice it, we'll get up a little in front of the warning track, and coach will hit us, fly balls. And most days, he don't hit very good rods, but some days, he'll have some that are over the fence that we'll have to attempt to catch. And it's just practicing that play, getting to the wall, being able to see the fly of the ball, make a play, and that's how we practice.
We'll go back to the red shirt in the back, and then we got a couple more questions for the student athletes, and then we'll let them go.
Jordan, getting Mac back in the lineup today, what kind of extra dimension or extra element does he bring to this lineup, and what was it, having him back in his usual spot?
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
Elijah Mack back in the lineup, and what is he doing?
Oh, he's been our full four hole all year, and so for him to be back in the lineup and hit balls hard all game, I thought was huge. He's got confidence. We've got confidence in him. He's got confidence in himself, and he's a veteran guy. He's a guy that is always going to be a leader for us. He's going to try to get us to play the hardest that we possibly can, and for him to be in the lineup is just huge for us.
And anything else for the players before we let them go? All right, thank you, fellas.
Coach, just kind of piggyback off the last question. Elijah hadn't really seen live pitching in about 2.5 weeks. Can you talk about how difficult it is, not only for the player, but if you've got a deep bench, can you talk about, the decision to put him back in there, how fair it is, how difficult it is, and just generally that. Can you talk about that?
We were able to get him back swinging this weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, took some cuts. And then we got some live at-bats this week. So some of our guys who aren't pitching in the regional gave him some live at-bats. So he was able to work. Had some good ABs. And I thought he was really good today. I thought he had 2 really good swings. The one thing about Elijah is he has he's a great eye. So he's, as a 4-hole, he hits for good average, has power, drives in runs, but he has a great on-base percentage too. So he's a guy, even I knew if he didn't hit, he would still move our lineup around, keep it moving, and get everybody. We've been a really good lineup all year, and I think they all complement each other really well. And when he's been out, it's kind of shuffled that a little bit. So I think having him back in there was huge today.
We'll go to Brett here, second row in the green shirt, to coach's right.
First, what can you tell us about JT again? How's his status?
He was, just sore, and then it got in that long inning. He had, it just tightened up on him a little bit. I thought he was really good for 3 innings, but we had that really prolonged inning, and it just tightened up on him. And could he have thrown? He's telling me he can throw, but you can see it on his face, and I just can't leave him out there. So we'll evaluate him, see where he's at. Put Brandon Smith in a tough situation. Poor kid's been pitching great for us. That's really tough to do, but Leaves got us out of it and able to get through it.
And I was curious with you going with Hatcher against a lefty starter.
The splits were about 100 points more against left-handed pitcher. The lefties hit him about 100 points higher. So that's the reason we did that.
That's the pitcher giving up more hits against lefties?
Yes. So that's the reason we went with Hatch.
We'll go ahead to Steve in the middle.
Coach, you had 2 questions. And one, how big was it for Dustin to get that caught stealing early in the ballgame to make a statement? And 2, how do you feel like you guys managed the Southern running game today?
I thought we were all right. It's a really uncomfortable offense to play against. Every guy in the lineup hits. I think their best hitter may be in the 9-hole, and they do a great job with the running game. I think when we gave up the home run, their guy was doing a great job at second base, and it makes us leave a pitch up. I thought Dustin did a great job. JT actually was like a 1-1 on that pitch, so it was a really good job by JT, and then Dustin just put a missile on the bag. So it kind of set the tone for us a little bit because we knew going in they were going to try to press the running game.
We'll go to Robbie in the third row to Coach's right, and then we'll move to the front with Joel.
Coach, I don't know if you wanted to use Lee Belt and Gordon today, but they gave you a good outing, especially Cole, who's had pretty good postseason the last 2 years. Just how big is it to have a fifth-year senior that you can call on there and come in some tough situations?
Well, it's the experience side. We ran a freshman out there, and you kind of see that in a tough situation, but we were able to go to two seniors. And two seniors who've been out there. And Cole, I thought Cole was excellent today. And not what we wanted to do. I mean, nobody does, but this is survive and advance. I mean, it's you win and you move on and you figure out tomorrow. And so we have a deep bullpen, and those guys are pretty durable too. So I think we'll have the use of them at some point during this tournament again.
Joel, the coach's left.
What's the last month been like as Westy struggled a little bit, and how satisfied were you to see him be the one that several big hits today, but to break the tie and come through like he did in that
It was huge. Right before he got the hit, I kind of hit Coach Gotro and I said, man, let his hard work pay off. Because when you're going through a struggle like that, man, poor Westy has been swinging till his hands bleed. Almost too much probably. And your heart goes out to these kids when they struggle. Early in the year was Rowdey Jordan, Tanner Allen, and it's been somebody all the time. And to see Westy, I put him back in the 2-hole again once because he's a guy that gets along base a lot. He had a couple walks, he had some good swings, and then he has maybe the biggest hit of the game right there. And it's well-deserved for all the hard work he's put in.
We'll go to Tom in the red shirt and the back cameras.
Coach, you talked yesterday about ups and downs of postseason. Obviously, this game defines that. Yeah. How big was this maybe advantage-wise to get some of the guys who hadn't experienced hosting the regional and maybe getting all the jitters out?
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything today. We took the lead, we lost the lead, they tied it back up. I mean, there was a lot of emotions. Our fans were unbelievable. I mean, I felt like the dugout was rocking at times when we were in there, but it's getting our kids used to it, and it is what postseason ball is. Every team here is very good, and they're playing good, and they've won a championship, and they're excited to play. So it's all across the country. I don't care. I told our kids, I don't care what seed you are. That stuff doesn't matter now. You have to go out there and earn it, and I thought our guys did a great job.
We'll stay in the back with the cameras, Joe in the gold shirt, and then we'll go down to Steve.
Hey, Coach, the Southern team, what did you kind of see from them, I guess, really on both sides of the play, being able to hit the ball and also come back? I guess, hold you guys, at least for a little bit, so you guys will be able to break it out later in the game?
One, I thought they played great defensively at times. I know there was one play in there they probably didn't, but there were some really good defensive plays to keep that game close. I felt like we had some good balls out there in the right center field gap, and then the diving play by the shortstop. And then it's just a really good offense. I mean, we threw our best guys in it. I mean, I never felt comfortable in sitting in our dugout. You just feel like, man, they're going to put some balls in play, and then when they had guys on base, I think they put a lot of pressure on.
Again, we got time for a couple more, and we'll start those with Steve.
Coach, Elijah McNamee didn't have a lot to show in the box score, but he hit a couple of absolute missiles today when a lot of people were out front on their foot. Why does having him in a lineup work so well for you, even when he's not a productive hitter? But why is he the glue that kind of makes it all work?
I don't know. It's like I said earlier. Early in the year, you'd always look up and he just keeps the lineup moving. He'll win an at bat, get a walk, get an HBP, move a runner. He's a very pure hitter. He does a lot of little things for you, and he keeps the lineup moving. I think it's the biggest thing, and it lets Voss sit in that good spot. And it lets I even told Go today. We had Rowdey in the 2-hole last week, but I said Rowdey is such a good RBI hitter, and you saw that in today's game. He came up in a couple big spots.
So you got, I think he got about 24, 25 pitches today, which is great in live pitching in a game situation. I'm wondering how close he is to playing the field.
He's close. He's close. We have to figure out a couple days of him playing and how's he feel tomorrow morning. Today's the first day he played under stress, and so how's he going to feel tomorrow morning? He hasn't had any hiccups at this point, but we got to see how it feels tomorrow, and maybe. At some point, maybe he's back out there in right field. He's been taking some fly balls.
Coach, two things. First of all, that play in the outfield, has that happened all year to any of the outfielders? And secondly, with JT, could that be a blessing for you? Maybe he comes back later in the tournament?
Well, the JT, he won't be back in the tournament, so we're going to be cautious with him. And then, yeah, we've, Jake Mangum, I think, has made one of those catches this year. And I'm the outfield. I'm the head coach, but my position group is the outfielders. That's why I've been wearing Rowdey out since he left. But, he's a great outfielder. And that would have been one of the best catch in all of the postseason, probably, if he'd have made that catch. But it was just, I just think he hit the ball. I mean, it was just an unbelievable effort by Rowdey. Don't tell him I said that. So I'm still giving him a hard time. But, we work, and we do. We work on it all the time. And I'm the one hitting the balls, so that's why he said he doesn't get many good opportunities. So I guess he's meaning I don't hit good balls.
Anything else for Coach before we wrap up? We'll wrap up with Steve. He'll have the last question.
Chris, just for clarity's sake, you said JT wouldn't be back. Is that the weekend, or is that
just the weekend? Just the weekend. We wouldn't run him back out there this weekend. I couldn't see that happening.
All right. Thank you, Coach.